Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. There is a very important historical forgotten fact about the contribution of Muslims towards the War of Independence of America. In the backdrop of intellectual activism, mainly from 1765, and the actions of Sons of Liberty, protests against taxation measures of the British, all these things inflamed the War of Independence. It started from 1775 and continued till 1783 when the peace treaty was concluded in Paris in 1783 and it was ratified in 1784. There were other treaties also which were concluded for the settlement with other partners involved. Some historians call it if the First World War because all the four continents were involved: the British Empire, the French Empire, the German Empire. Besides that, the Indian Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, Africa, Muslim territory like Egypt, and the Muslim state of Mysore was also involved in this war. When in 1779 the British had seized the French port, it was at that time in 1780 that Hyder Ali, the ruler of Muslim state of Mysore on the Pakistan Indian subcontinent, opened another front of war for the British. And the British had to transfer its additional resources from Britain and from Hanover. And they were not able to transfer additional resources to the main theater of war on the American continent. They were prevented from transferring these additional resources against the War of Independence of America. Rather, they utilized those resources against the war against the Muslims in Mysore. Similarly, it was part of the same strategy that Napoleon attacked Egypt in order to engage the British so that they were not able to further move their resources from the Middle East or from other parts of the world. In this way, Muslims participated in this First World War, which is called the First World War, in the War of Independence of the United States of America. And after Hyder Ali and after the peace treaty was concluded in Paris, Hyder Ali's son Tipu Sultan had to pay a very heavy price. By that time, the French had withdrawn the support, and Tipu Sultan had to face not only the British but the united front of the British, the Marathas, and the Nizam. They had brought in the additional resources and they had even shifted the general, Charles Cornwallis. He was the general who was in fact the main general in main engagements against the War of Independence on the American subcontinent against the 13 states of the United States of America. He was posted in India in 1786 as the Governor General and the Commander-in-Chief, and he had attacked the capital of Mysore against Tipu Sultan, where he died fighting in the battlefield. And in this way, Muslims paid heavily as partners in the War of Independence of United States of America.